You know you're capable of more, but your organization doesn't seem to recognize it. You're ready for broader responsibility, a bigger title, and more compensation, but you never seem to get an opportunity to show it. I know it doesn't make it feel any better to hear this, but this situation is actually pretty common, and it becomes even more typical the higher you climb in the org chart. Advancement doesn't happen just because you're ready for it. The organization has to have a need to fill a more advanced position, and there often just isn't a need to put any more people in the position you have your eye on. And yet, it can feel frustrating to know you could handle so much more than they're giving you. If you find yourself in that position, let me invite you to explore what drives you to desire that new role. For some people, the external recognition is genuinely important. You need others to see the impact that you can have, and the reward that comes from that recognition is what makes it worth putting in the extra effort to have the greater impact. For other people, simply seeing the mission of the organization succeed and feeling the fulfillment of having a part in making a difference is enough of a reward on its own. Neither of these motivations is right or wrong, and when you're unsure about which motivation truly drives you, the confusion can feel frustrating. If you discover that recognition is indeed important to you, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. At the same time, be aware that the timing may, in fact, not be right and opportunities may come later than you'd like. If you discover that the impact itself is the fulfillment that drives you, see what happens if you volunteer to start operating with a broader scope or take on projects or coordinations that others aren't. At the same time, look out for any growing resentment you may feel if your efforts are not recognized. Maybe impact alone isn't as fulfilling as you think it is. And finally, if the situation persists, consider whether this organization continues to be the right place to support the kind of growth you want to pursue. Any of these might be valid responses. If you'd like a thinking partner to explore your specific situation, let's talk. Visit stevedwire.com/talk to start the conversation.